Hi everyone, welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. With me here is my co-host, Fashion Bee Amy. And thank you to everyone for waiting for us a little bit. We were chatting, we are talking about what we're going to do tomorrow. But anyway, if you are new to this Luxury Live Show, we do this every single week. Uh, this week's on my channel, next week's on Amy's channel. So alternatively on each of our channels. So make sure you subscribe to both of us. And yeah, you can be a member as well. And we have exclusive member content, which is actually tomorrow. So anyway, today we are going to talk about Bottega and Balenciaga
Those were
because
requested
because
brands that you guys
yeah,
asked for.
true.
So I think we did several episodes like that. We go through each brand, or we choose brands that we think you guys are interested, or some of them are your requested brands, and we kind of like share our favorite picks. I saw that you chose a few more extra things too, so that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I saw a few things on IG. I was like, these kind of like so the more of like just asking opinions because we actually didn't pick them for our picks. So we went onto the site and we looked for stuff that we kind of like, mainly bags. I picked mainly bags, and yeah, we'd like to hear your thoughts as well. So let me just share the screen. All right. Balenciaga Bottega, as you can see, there's a pair of shoes which we'll talk about as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so today's calendar, all right, sorry, it's this month's calendar from May. So today is the public live, so everyone can participate. Tomorrow, we originally planned something else on Amy's channel for the members. However, we will have to change it up a little bit for the members. So we are planning to do the latest collection. It's a little bit kind of last minute for the both of us. So we'll do it live, I guess. Yeah, Amy, we'll do it live.
Yeah, we could just do it live. I think that'll be kind of a fun way of going through a collection and really giving the first impression.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do the Fendi's collection. So Fendi and Versace just launched it basically today, and quite a lot of things apparently are already sold out. But some things are still available. We'll give our opinions. We'll love to hear your opinions. I think it's quite a nice collection. So we'll do that tomorrow. So the finally topic will be another day. Okay, so we'll come back to that. So tomorrow will be on Amy's channel on Members Live. All right, and if you want to be a member, you can join both of our channels. You have to join both our channels because we do the Members Live also alternatively on our channels. So you can come and support us as a committee or a crew. Such an amazing community. We have so much fun. We have so much secrets. So pretty good. All right. Okay, let's start with Balenciaga and comment below as well. You know what you guys think of what we picked, and if you have any other picks as well. All right, Amy, I'll let you go.
Okay. So I just wanted to preface this by saying that I try to pick things um, that I'm attracted to, obviously, but that also I don't own and that I wouldn't buy from the mainstream brands such as LV, Chanel, Hermes. These are things that I wouldn't buy from those brands, but I'm totally okay to explore these things in every other brand. Just that's just how I kind of went with it. So this one, I thought it was really nice. So it's a Balenciaga denim basket bag. And I was really attracted to it because, first of all, it's a basket bag. It's very summery. Summer is coming in in North America. Finally, it's slowly coming. I mean, it's still kind of the weather is still kind of really yuck, but it's still really cold. But I feel like, with the warmer weather approaching and the basket weave bag is always kind of a classic that you can always bring out every summer season. But this one is so special because it's in denim. And I just thought it was very attractive, even with this girl wearing just like a simple shirt with denim skirt and just some sandals. It looks really good together. I think this bag comes in several sizes. This one, it says it's an extra small. I think there's even like a mini size, or I don't know if this one is already in a mini size. I think there was a mini size, there's an extra small, and then there's a small which is a bit larger. So I felt like this is sort of more of the medium size, which kind of is a good in between size. I like that it comes with a detachable strap, and it's pretty simple. Like, I mean, it's not very expensive. Right. So it's just one of those fun bags that I wouldn't really buy a Chanel fun bag like this or an Hermes fun bag like this. But Balenciaga, totally fine. And the fact that it's such a special texture, I was very attracted to it. It was sold out anyway. I
Oh,
got
it
these
was sold
pictures.
out.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
already sold out. I got these pictures on Matches Fashion. I do wonder if you went to your local store whether you would be able to find it. But I couldn't find it anywhere else except on Matches Fashion. So I thought it was really, really special
yeah.
because of the fabric and kind of like a seasonal summer bag.
I saw this on, so I actually went onto the actual sites. I mean, the main site, the brand's own site, and I didn't see this texture, but I did see this bag, and I
Right.
thought it was so like you know, I wouldn't buy the current like wicker bags, you know, different kind
Yeah.
of bags like this from the other brands because they're very expensive. But from Balenciaga, I was like, oh, that's nice. So
Yeah,
I actually picked this as
it's really
well.
cute.
It's
And
cute,
the
yeah,
fact
and the
that
price is not bad.
it's a very original way of doing a wicker bag.
So
It must be even more comfortable because it's in denim too.
right, oh my gosh, when I
Yeah.
actually I didn't realize that it was denim until you just said it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's denim because the one on the Balenciaga site, they have this, but I think it's leather. There was a leather version. There is one that's like a different colors, but not in this material. So yeah, if you're looking for something that is different, this is really different.
Yeah, there's actually a PVC version, which
Hmm.
I also picked. So we'll see that later on. But I'm not like that one would be my second pick. This is definitely my first pick because I actually passed by downtown today and I kind of took a look at the PVC version, and there's a bit of weight to it. And because
Oh,
it feels plasticky, obviously, because it's made of plastic material, it doesn't feel as luxe. So I'm sure this version would have been just the ideal version, just because it has some fabric to it and the color is nice. It's just very cool. And the
yeah,
price
this is
is
really cool.
very reasonable for a luxury brand.
Very nice. Okay.
Okay, so I picked more denim stuff. I just thought that this skirt was very nice. Price
Yes.
wise, I think this is kind of on the reasonable price range for a luxury brand. And even though it's a lot of graffiti, it's kind of, Balenciaga. Balenciaga is like a lot of logos on the skirt itself. I like it. I feel like because
Mm,
you almost don't even know what it says until you really read it, or unless you just know it, then it just looks like a pattern. And I think right now the trend is the very, very mini skirt, like very straight cut, very mini, like very short mini skirt, which is a bit too short for me. But I think this mini skirt is a bit longer, and I find that it's a little bit more age appropriate for me. Like I can still pull this off. And I do like that a little bit of logo, but not so, it's not such an obvious logo is fine. I don't think I would wear a logo shirt and a logo denim jacket on top of it. I probably wouldn't, but I think just the skirt itself is nice. And to be honest, with such a reasonable price for kind of like the luxury ready to wear, I think it's okay. This
mhm.
is sort of on the more reasonable price range.
I like this. I didn't look for clothes. So when I saw your deck, I was like, oh, clothes. I was thinking, should I do that? So nah, it's okay. But yes, I like this skirt. I actually didn't know the trend of
Yeah, it's
mini
very
skirts.
short, very mini skirt.
So this morning I was looking at someone's IG, and her daughter also has an IG. So I was like, oh, her daughter's really pretty. So I opened it and I was looking at, because I think the new generation, they're quite good with the reels. Like, they're really, really
Yes,
good with putting up videos of what they wear, get ready with me.
in
No, not get ready
TikTok.
with, just like what my OOTD. So
Yeah.
she's just, showing all her clothes. And what I realized is, wow, skirts are really short. I feel like an auntie right now. But yeah, skirts were really, really, really short. It looked exactly like this, where it's just like
It's even shorter than this,
20.
right?
Yeah, it's
It's
like
very
20%.
short.
It's just underneath, it's like
Yeah.
90% legs, 10% covering. I was like,
Mhm.
wow. Wow, that's really short, huh? Because
You have to, I mean, even with this skirt, which is a little longer already, you still have to wear shorts underneath. You know those very tight shorts or the shorts that you would go exercising with? Because I mean, you could wear underwear, but you'd just be flashing a lot every time
I
you
know. I
you
mean,
sit down or you
I
have to
wear I
like,
like I wear really small like tights at home, right? They're like
yeah, like boy
bo-
shorts.
yeah, boxer shorts, right? And
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
tight, and I walk around the house in it. But if I were to add a top layer of just like a piece of cloth that covers and makes it a mini skirt, that's the kind of skirts that I was looking at. I was like, wow, you walk out like that, girl.
yeah.
Auntie mode on. But I mean, I used to wear, okay, because I used to go out when I was young. I used to wear mini skirts, but they weren't as mini as this. So, and
Yeah,
I
the
even then
trend
I
right
had
now is very
trouble
short. Yeah.
like trying to cross my legs and cover that little bit is like, all right, well, just cover all the way, like squeeze it all in. But this one, you got no way. How do you sit down? So anyway,
It's
but they
more
look
for
good.
like Coachella. It's more for like, it's not very practical on a daily basis to wear this. Every time you go to a restaurant, you sit down, it's like, oh, you have to like fix your. It's
I
not
guess it's not
possible,
really
but it's
that
definitely the trend right now. So
maybe it's not. I mean, that's not the purpose, right? Yeah, you're right. Go Coachella, go for a concert,
mhm.
and but anyway, they're beautiful. It's beautiful, and I was gonna say that this pattern reminds me of like cake and the icing on the cake that
Ah,
just doesn't. Yeah,
like the
and
lettering.
it's nice. It's just very pleasant to the eyes because when you look at that, you just like see, happy
Yeah,
birthday. You can't really read it, but you kind of know what it is.
yeah, yeah.
But beautiful. I really like the skirt. A little longer, maybe I'll consider it. But yeah, sorry, auntie mode, and I don't have legs that look like that. Do
Well,
I
I
have
think
legs?
we still have like maybe a couple years of wearing kind of younger clothes, and then and then it's over. We can still pull it off, sort of. Because, a lot of times when people meet me for the first time, they don't think that I'm 40, They think that some people think I'm in my 20s, and then some people would think that I'm most likely in my early 30s. But so, we can still pull it off for a couple more
I mean,
years,
the
I think.
face maybe, but you gotta have legs like that though. Here, look at
Oh,
that.
you do, but you
They're
do
like
have legs like that.
no.
It's okay. You're just too hard on yourself. I would pull it. I would wear it. Like, whatever.
All right, well, ask the audience. Any of you will wear this? Any of you? If any of you have daughters, are you gonna let them wear this? All right, let's go to the
Okay.
next one.
So up next, I chose another skirt again. Okay, I don't know if this is a trend. Probably not. It's just a very Balenciaga shape because they have the hourglass sort of, even all their bags have that hourglass curve shape on the bottom. So they just did a version of the hourglass on their leather skirt, and I like it. I think this is definitely an acquired taste. Like, you have to like that it's kind of like a quirky style because it's definitely not a classic shape. And this one you have to have legs, I guess. Because the other one, I feel like it's short to the point where, as long as you have regular legs, it will just make your legs look very long. This one, I do like how they styled it. I would, if I wore anything short underneath, I would always wear something kind of either oversized or just something kind of like a jacket that kind of covers my butt as well. That's just how I would do it. I wouldn't wear super tight on top and super tight on the bottom and very short either. Like, I wouldn't be showing skin on the bottom and on the top. I would just show either at the bottom or the top, right? So anyway, I just thought this was interesting because of the shape, and it's definitely more of a trendy, you have to like it type of piece of ready to wear, and it's leather. I always think one day I'll buy a leather skirt, but I still haven't. And I don't know, maybe they're just not the most practical thing to wear because you really have to style it properly. It's not as casual, I feel. You have to have the right shoes, you have to have the right top and the right bag to go with it.
It's a whole
So
look.
I like the idea of it. I do like it on this model. It's very cool. It's just very cool.
Yes, it's nice. I think I can. It's definitely one of those party kind of skirts, date night, evening fun, Coachella maybe. I like the peekaboo concept, but in my head, I'm not sure if I would personally wear this. But from a styling perspective, I think yeah, it definitely goes with the bag. So you have the bag, you have the skirt, just like maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily buy this to add to my collection. I don't think I will have a ton of wear for this. I just kind of was attracted to the style because it's quirky. And look, if I don't know, if I had to go to a Balenciaga fashion show, I would wear it.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Yep. Yep.
that's very specific. It's very specific. Or if there was any sort of function where you need to be kind of cool dressing, this could be interesting. And just anybody who likes a good leather skirt, if you're a biker chick, and
Mm.
it would look pretty nice and very interesting because it's such an interesting shape, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any skirts this shape before.
Yeah, me neither. I mean,
Not that I was looking.
don't
But
think so. Yeah, I don't think Zara did it. And even if they did, they would be inspiring from Balenciaga.
true.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next one.
Okay,
This
so
one.
this was the bag that I said is the PVC version. So I thought I would add it in just to show you that they do make it in many colors. Actually, they make it in many colors, and I think there was black, there was pink, there was white. I can't remember if there was yellow and green, but anyway, so this would be another option. I do, after I tried it on today, because I tried the really, really mini versions, like very small. It's not as big as this. And there was a bit of weight to it, and I didn't like the plasticky feel. So I
Mm.
still prefer the first one, obviously. But if I were to if I really needed a basket bag, right, like a wicker, but I don't want to buy wicker material like bamboo, basically, then I think PVC is actually more durable in a sense because you can wipe it, you can make it wet and it'll just dry up. So in a sense, PVC is not a bad idea, but I think this size will have even more weight to it because the mini size I was like, ooh, it's like there's a bit of weight to it.
Mm.
Yeah. And white is just such a pretty color. I always am attracted to white, if not just like a bright color for something so that I wouldn't buy from the mainstream brand. Basically, I would not mind venturing out into a color that I normally wouldn't get. So yeah,
I saw this online, so I think I
Mm.
thought it was leather. So maybe I was mistaken that it was PVC
Right.
because I
It's
saw it in
PVC.
green and I saw it in that. It's not even green. It's like fluorescent green, and it
Mm.
was another orange. And I thought it was leather, but now that I'm looking at it, I think we were looking at the same bag. I'm
Mhm.
attracted to the whole like monotone, one color, and wicker. The pattern is nice, right? So yeah, I think this is a nice little luxury version of a wicker bag that's not a wicker bag.
Yeah. Think of the Fendi. It's like PVC as well. Remember the one that Isabel bought? You know which
Oh
one I'm talking
yes,
about?
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
it's
You're
sort
right.
of the same idea, but just it's still PVC. It's a PVC material, right? So they could literally do anything with it. But they just decided to make it into a wicker basket style, which is very, very classic. The style itself is very, very classic, and the material is very durable. So it's kind of fun, and the price is it's a fun price. It's a fun luxury price. Yes, you're paying a lot of money for PVC, but it's luxury. Like, why would you, if you want to buy
Well,
luxury, that's what you have to pay for, even just plastic. But it's kind of the same concept, right? It's not
kind of
leather.
like
It's not just
buying a pair of
fabric.
sunglasses.
Sorry.
No, sorry, like kind of like buying a pair of sunglasses,
Yeah,
because a
yeah,
pair of
yeah.
sunglasses is plastic anyway.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. These are nice picks. Okay, all right. I went with the more like I think things that I'm attracted to, and maybe more common. But this, like the skirt, I really like this hourglass handbag. When I first saw it, I think what struck, of course, what caught my eye is the base, because it's so eye-catching. And but if you look at the details of this bag, even the handle has this kind of sharp corners, and it's, I don't know, if you carry this bag, like if you go out, it definitely stands out. The only thing that I'm not fond of is actually the logo, the B. I feel like maybe that's, I know it's supposed to put the emblem of Balenciaga, but maybe if it wasn't such like an alphabet, I would be even more attracted to it, like maybe a plaque or some design at there. But anyway, just the bag itself, I really like this. I've seen it being worn around Singapore, and it's an eye-catching bag. Person walks by with it, looks great. Now I don't know how the things are gonna fit inside. It does look like kind of small capacity. But then what's great about this bag as well is that they thought about it. Like if I have a small capacity, maybe somebody needs to put something outside. It has an outside pocket. So awesome.
Mm. I love the color, and also I love that they have so many colors. And the fact that even the B emblem is almost tone on tone. It kind of just blends in, and you like even if you didn't like it, it blends in. I don't mind it myself. I think it's, you know what? I think we did talk about this bag when this whole line was brand new at the time.
Mm,
Um, and I think, we were still kind of unsure, but the more you see it, the more you like it. It's just
exactly.
one
It's
of
one
those
of those
things.
bags.
Yeah, it's very attractive. Like the more you see it, you're just like, oh, yeah, like I see it. Like I could totally see it, especially when you see it in person. That's a different story. When you see it on a video or on a picture, yeah, you can have your opinion, your first sort of first impression opinion, but once you see it in person, it can change your mind, definitely.
Yeah.
I like the
So you're
color.
right. It has so many colors, and then I think the hardware also changes. I've seen it in sort of like a gold, and it's not that kind of like bright, shiny gold. It's almost matte. Um, yeah, between matte to shiny, so it's not too much in your face. So yeah, I think they did really well on this bag. It, to me, I think it looks better in real life. So when I saw it on like the website and I saw it on some pictures, it's nice, it's sharp, but I get this sort of feeling it looks a little plasticky. But in reality, it actually looks like a really nice handbag. On top of it being such a sharp, unique shape, it actually looks nice. So
Mm.
I don't know why the picture doesn't do it justice. Like when I look at this mock croc, I feel like it looks a bit plasticky. But in when you see it in person, it's not that bad. It doesn't look as plasticky in
Mm.
reality.
And
Yeah.
plus, any time you have bags that have rounded, concave or convex, it doesn't matter as long as they rounded edge. It's actually much harder to make. So
Mm-hmm.
it takes more time for the person or for the like whatever whoever makes the bag to make it, and you can sort of appreciate it from that point of view too, right?
Yeah. So the way I look at this bag is also like if you like the Coco handle, like the Chanel Coco handle, but you find it like me, maybe a little too girly. It's a
Mm.
shape that you like, I don't know, it's a bit puffy, it's nice, it's Chanel, but you still can't get with the look. This is like the evil twin. This is like the more edgy, fun, I'm gonna party. This is like the twin, but the
Yeah,
opposite at half the price, which you get the look, you get a totally different look. Okay, let me go to the next one. Okay, in the same vein of this kind of like I guess this is Balenciaga's latest hot selling design, where you have the rounded shape. I picked this because, again, nice for going back to the office, especially in Singapore now. We're all going, I think it's 100% now. We're all back to the office, and we're kind of rediscovering our handbags, taking things out, from the very mini bags. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't fit anything in this now. I need a bigger bag. So this is actually really interesting because it's called a large editor bag with this shape. It's a doctor looking bag, but it's different. It's a little edgier. I think if you're looking for a bigger bag, like a mid-size to a bigger bag, this is something to look at. The price is, it's reasonable for such a large bag. You doesn't shout any kind of logos. If you carry something like this from Chanel, you'll see quilts, you'll see all that, and people are like, oh, Chanel. But this is simple, sophisticated, very work appropriate, but with a bit of edge to it.
I love this bag, and actually, I love how this lady, look at her boots. I think that's what Balenciaga is so good at. They make the sharp, whatever shape they're making, which is right now the hourglass shape. They make it so sharp you cannot miss it. Kind of like how when you look at that skirt, that leather skirt, you just cannot miss it, right? So I
Yep.
love how the boots are too. Like they're just so sharp, you cannot help but kind of notice it. But with the bag as well, it's a little bit more subtle with this bag, but still, I feel like this is such a nice black kind of plain for the office bag. I would totally buy this if I needed a bag to go to work with. This is just so it's not just such a plain tote, kind of really boring plain tote, but it has some there's just the detail that you're like, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you're just like, oh yeah, I like that sharp line just on the bottom. Even if it's filled, I think it's a little filled in on the model. It still shows a little bit of that curve.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it opens so wide. I'm like, wow, this is just the most practical bag ever. And the price is
Exactly.
really reasonable actually for.
And it comes,
for a large
obviously you
bag.
can't see it in this picture, but you can see the product details. It says it comes with a adjustable and removable strap.
Right.
Maybe necessary if you just need to hang it on your shoulder, but it just looks so good as a top handle bag, even a crook of the arm. It looks very edgy professional. I kind of look at it that way. I love
Yeah, I
this
love
bag.
it. I actually really love this one.
Yeah. Okay. Nice one. Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, oh, could this be a good work bag for the future? All right. Now I have to bring this back in because this is so iconic. This is the Neo classic. Well, basically it's the city bag, but not the city bag, right? We talked about this previously, and I think when I first saw it, I wasn't sure about it. But the more I look at it, I actually really like the sharp look. I think now when I look at the whole Balenciaga line, they have moved from being very motorcycle slouchy, just not a bit, a bit more not as sharp as it is today, right? And now they have moved into this like very matrix kind of sharpness, sharp shoes. Everything is just clean lines. So when they put this bag, when they redesigned this bag, it's just like the hourglass. The more I look at it, the more I can see the vision of this bag. From being that motorcycle slouchy bag, now it's this sharp looking bag. And they have several sizes. They even have the micro version, which is more of an accessory. But I can see how this bag now can actually work for not only going out, but even for going to work. Because I have seen the older version used for work, and it doesn't look as sharp. But this one, more universal, great for work, great for professional settings, but has that edgy edginess to it with the straps, with a little bit of that straps sticking coming out, but also with a bit of hardware. Yeah, again, the more I look at this bag, I am more and more attracted to it again now.
Mm. I feel like this would be a good one for if you just want to upgrade your old city bag,
Mhm.
because it's kind of that slouchy look, which is more on trend before maybe. And if you like the city bag but you don't like the slouch, you want it more structured, then this is a good upgrade to
Yeah,
get. Yeah.
I like this. I think the sizes are also changing. So they have like a mini version which is pretty small, like a small cocoa handle size. And then they have one which I believe they call this small, but in my eyes they look kind of like a medium sized bag. And they have one large which is huge. If you haven't seen the large version, I've only seen one unboxing of the large neo classic bag, and that's on Michelle Wong's channel. She actually unboxed this huge neo classic neo classic bag, but large. It's like a luggage, fun, and I think she was using it as a luggage, so it's like a Balenciaga version of a keeper. It's huge. So yeah, I think the sizing maybe is also a bit different now. If you want to look at that, go and
Nice.
check Michelle Wong's channel. All right, that's all from Balenciaga. They have a lot of new bags actually. So let's go into Bottega now. Oh, I started first. Okay. All right, let me go first. ah, I picked this because of the range of colors. The mini Jody. I picked this because even though I know it's not the most practical bag, but it's very attractive. The colors, the knot at the side, Instagrammable, but also in real life, it actually looks really nice. So I had to pick this. I didn't also realize that the price went up so much. It is now over $3,000. When I was looking at that green parakeet bag and I actually considered it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this bag so much. I think it was only 2004 or 3. So to know that it's still very sought after, the price is still going up. Mm, maybe it's here to stay. What do you think, Amy?
Oh, I think it's here to stay. Uh I think I showed this bag last week on as a one like a bag that I'm glad I didn't buy, but it is sort of a FOMO bag of mine. Like it's still a bag that I FOMO about because it's like you said, they're so colorful, they are so soft to the touch, and they are just very attractive. Yes, I know I will get annoyed at the zipper and how things will just get sort of shuffled inside. I know of that about me, which is why I'm glad I didn't buy it. But it's still a bag that I FOMO a lot about
Yeah,
because it's
I
just
know.
yeah, it's just so
Same.
nice and it's just so attractive and squishy and soft. But I agree about the price too. It's just gone up so much. In fact, it's not just Bottega. Every luxury brands it's just endless price increases, and you just yeah, you just kind of have to either just don't go there, just don't buy it, or you just have to bite the bullet and get it. Sometimes that's just how it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're right. Last year when I was really FOMOing about this bag, it was definitely in the still in the twos, and now I think with taxes, it's definitely over three.
It's
It's
really
very
expensive
interesting
now.
how quickly, right? Within the
Yeah,
span of a year or less, it's changed that much.
I think
Just
I
goes to
agree
show.
with
I
you.
think it is here to stay for sure. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
And they have it in several sizes now. So I had a few questions about the teen Jody, so the larger version of this. To be honest, that's more practical, but there's something cute and really attractive about the mini Jody. And I'm kind of like you, and I'm a little FOMO about this, like maybe I should have bought it, when it was priced. It's not the most practical, but it's really attractive. And it could be one of those handbags in the collection that doesn't need to be used all the time. I think one of the problems about buying handbags is that I want to get cost per wear. I want to use it every single time, and it does deter some of the fun decisions. And
Yeah.
when this bag was in a better price point, there were so many colors. Like this could have been one of my like fun green bags. I mean, I do have a green bag, but this one, it's just really, really, really attractive. The knot is ginormous. It doesn't serve any purpose. A little dinky bag that you carry around. Yes, it's a little hard to open and close, but it does fit. It's a bit more practical than some of those dinky bags, actually, because it can actually fit a little bit more because of the softer shape. Yeah, and just so attractive. So like it's just like a rainbow of colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, now
I'll
it's
almost
3,000.
yeah, I almost compare this to the Chanel heart bag that I bought. The Chanel heart bag is not a practical shape at all. If you're going for practicality, you're looking at the wrong bag. But you just love it because it's so cute. And it's just
Yes.
one of a kind. So this is sort of the Bottega version. It's so cute. And yeah, it's not the most practical. You'll have a bit of fussiness getting in and out of it if you are in a hurry. But if you're after the look, if you just can't stop thinking about it, it's just one of those things. You just have to buy it because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not really using my heart bag because it's really not that practical. I have to wait for a day where I'm really like not like it's very stress free and my husband is driving and I'd hardly have to bring anything. Like I have to wait for a day like that to take my bag out because there's no way. If I'm doing errands or if I'm the one, you know, responsible for myself driving and everything, I'm not gonna take the heart bag. It's impossible. It's like trying to get my keys out every time. Like I'm just gonna scratch it, you know. So it's one of those things I feel. But this is even better. It's actually more practical.
True. I think with Bottega, one of the things that if I were to go and buy a Bottega bag, I'm just gonna go for the color. Like if I,
Mm,
one thing about their range is that they cover so many colors. If you can't find a color today, don't worry. Wait another season, then the color will appear.
right.
Especially if you have a chance to go in store, just ask them to open the drawer for you. You'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my god! You want every bag because it's just so it's like a kid in a candy store, right? You're like, wow, oh my gosh, every shade of green, every shade of pink, red. There are like 4 colors of red. There are several colors, several shades of gray. Anyway, so I'm still very attracted to this. A little shocked that the price went up quite a lot, like the whole digit changed. But yeah, I think it's here to stay, and as long as it doesn't jump to like the 4, still can, I guess, bite the bullet and like say, all right, let's get this bag. Okay, this is something that I actually tried out when it first launched. So when it first launched, and honestly, this price is still introductory. They have come up with so many more colors now. This is the mini loop. They have the mini loop. They also have the loop, which is larger than this, and I think they have one more size up. So when they first launched, they only had 3 colors. They had the green that I like, they had a black, and they had like a maroon. But again, look at the amount of colors that are coming out. This is like probably the latest. They've got white, they got orange, they got this kiwi green, several colors, and it's actually really practical. You can adjust the strap to make it longer. It's a different kind of camera style bag. And the price, look at it. I haven't seen, when I first saw it was 1,000. When it first launched, it was 1,000. 600, so it really didn't go up very much. It's 1,000. I mean, of course we're talking luxury prices right now, but really, did they price this wrongly? So obviously they didn't. It's still, slowly creeping up. So if you're looking for a new camera bag that is different, wow, this is a good choice.
I have to agree. I almost chose that also as one of my pick. I would still choose this one as one of my pick. I think this is just how camera bags, they can all look the same pretty much. But this one looks a bit different because of the texture, the weaving that they do. And if you want something from Bottega, but you just don't want to pay that Bottega price, because we just saw that the not the pouch, what was it? The Jody was so expensive now. Well, get this. I have to say, even I'm really attracted to this. I just have too many mini bags. I should really stop. But yeah, if you're going for color, especially, so much
Right.
fun. You can buy two and just be like the price
Exactly.
of one.
I think that's the main point I'm coming from for this bag. For a luxury brand that you want to have some fun with, but you're not willing to pay like the Chanel, the LV, even the Fendi prices for a colored bag. This is your like opportunity, because it's still very high quality. Okay, it's beautifully made, and you can pay not such a painful price and explore colors. I'm gonna tell you, this bag is gonna keep going up the price for sure. 1,007. If I can find the price later on, when it first, I think it was like 1,005 or four, or it was low. I actually had to go to store and say like, take a look at it. I was like, what? Are you sure? Yeah, but it's gone up a little bit, but still very reasonable. And yeah, just wait a little bit more. If the color is not here yet, trust me, it will come.
Mhm.
Cute. Okay. Again, colors. So I picked the Arco. Again, I was shocked that the price went up so much, but I like this bag. I think it's I don't know, maybe it's the bigger quilts, it's the shape of the handles, it's the beautiful leather that makes this bag actually look like an edgy version of a work bag, but sophisticated as well. It's so unique. It has a flap if you want to, like, and the flap has a magnetic, kind of like a very light magnet that when you put over the bag, you can keep it secure, so it's not entirely opened, but you can also keep it open like a Birkin, right? Keep it open, you can just carry it. And I like the fact that the handles are a little longer, so it's very comfortable under the shoulder. And oh my gosh, so many colors. The only thing is, when I considered this bag, I think it was pre-pandemic. Yeah, I think it was pre-pandemic. It wasn't so expensive. I think it was maybe in the high threes. Now it's 5,000. So yeah, I don't know if it's reasonably priced, but I am attracted. I'm still very attracted to this bag. It looks like a good work bag, especially if you want to get it in black. And this has several sizes. So the size that I'm going for is the mid size. They don't have the name for it. They don't say like it's a medium arco, but it is like a mid size bag. And they have the mini arco, which is super cute, like a mini Jody. So extra long handles, just really kind of ridiculous looking, but so cute, so cute. What do you think of this one, Amy?
Oh, I like this one. I believe when we did our first time we did a Bottega, I'm sure we did an episode. We
We did.
chose,
We definitely did.
yeah, I definitely chose a version of this bag. I probably chose the smaller, like the mini version. I already liked it because it's just such a unique shape. And I have to agree that if you're looking for a luxury bag that is for work, you can't go wrong with this one. It's so spacious. It's so unique. It's so nice. It's just a nice work bag.
It
Um,
is. I'm trying to recall whether what we spoke about it, but I feel like I made a comparison of this bag to the Celine mini luggage just because of that outer wing. So when you close the flap, a little bit of the outer wing shows out. And it's very similar to the mini luggage or even like the trapeze. I believe it also has that kind of winged out shape. The only thing is this one didn't have a zip, whereas the old Celine had a zip for more security. But it's kind of like the modern Bottega version of it. Really, really attractive. Because we haven't been looking at Bottega for quite a while, or other brands for quite a while. When I saw this and I looked at the price, I was like, oh, is it 5 already? Has it crossed the 5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Wow.
surprising how fast they climb when you don't, you just haven't looked at it for a while. I think
Yeah.
we're very familiar with LV prices, Chanel prices, even not Hermes. Hermes is so secret, but like, we're pretty aware of LV, Chanel when they go up in price. We always hear about it, but when other brands go up in price,
They
we
like
don't really
sneak up
know.
on you. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Like
What?
since when? Since when was it 5,000?
I mean, Bottega has always been the more expensive of the non-top tier, right? Even before, right? It was always like, oh, Bottega is expensive because of the leather. But then after a while, everyone just, met that target price.
Yeah.
And Bottega just kept along with their price increases. And after a while, like, oh, they're kind of cheaper. But then when you come back and look at it again, you're like, wait a minute, you're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
I
it's gone up. It's
I
still
actually
beautiful.
find that Balenciaga is still okay.
You really?
They're all expensive, yes, but I feel like you can still buy certain things from Balenciaga and the price is still sort of reasonable. Maybe because I chose the reasonable ones because I
Yeah,
chose the wicker
maybe.
bag.
I'm looking at the Neo City bag, and it's gone up significantly because
Okay.
when I was considering repurchasing it, not the Neo version, but the City version, just before they sort of discontinued the whole line,
Uh-huh.
I it's double from what it was. So when
I
I
see.
purchased mine, it was like in the thousand. And then when I was reconsidering it, which is why I didn't buy it in the end, it was in the 2,728. And now the redesign is like 3, and it's it's just a lot. But
Right. Okay.
Bottega is the same, right? Bottega is also like, oh, 1, then 2, and
So
3, and
maybe
then
it's
so
just
like,
select things because when I look at their ready to wear, say
oh
their
yeah,
denim jacket, it's still in the twos, even like low high ones. Of course, I'm looking before tax because the prices here are before tax. And when you compare that to say a Chanel jacket or even a Celine jacket, sometimes Celine also can be pricey depending on what you're shopping and they're ready to wear. I just thought, oh, Balenciaga is actually not too bad. And I bought a few Balenciaga caps recently. They were like 500 something each. So it's expensive, yes, but like compared to a Chanel, which is like over 1,000, it's like
yeah,
see,
true.
you know?
True, true, true. But yeah, anyway, this is beautiful. I was looking at it,
Mm,
considering, and now if I think back about it, like, oh my gosh, maybe I should have bought it. Because right
right.
now, at
Oh,
a 5 in front, oh man, I mean, it's like us chasing the bag prices.
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Okay, my
This is
turn. So
yeah.
again, I went with the same idea. I'm choosing things that is sort of kind of very unique and not something that I would buy myself in the mainstream brands. So this is just another version of that PVC. So they call it rubber. So it's kind of like a version of a plastic bag, but in a kind of like a basket shape. So this is not a wicker style, but it's still the same idea. It's more summery, something that you can put maybe flowers in it. You go to the shop, farmers market, whatnot, or maybe what can you bring this to? I don't know, like a nice tea brunch with your girlfriends. So this is Bottega's version. It's very simple. It's very simple. You could argue that it looks cheap. I mean, we all have our opinions, but that's just their version of it. And I went with the white again because white is not something that I would typically buy in a leather bag, just because you wouldn't want to risk getting so much wear and tear and color transfer. But if it's a rubber bag and it's a fun bag and it's a fun price, I'm okay with it.
Mm.
And I believe they do have different sizes too. So I kind of went with I believe I went with the medium size, not too small, not too mini, and not too large. This is sort of like a good handbag size.
It's cute. And this is like the Arco budget version.
Yeah.
And the Arco is a very unique, beautiful shape. I love the handles. And then if you're not willing for the leather, this is actually really nice. Rubber tote.
Yeah,
You
but
get
it's
the
definitely
design.
more like one season. It's more
Mm,
for the summer season, right? Unless you live in Hawaii or Singapore, then yeah, all year round is
all year
fine
round.
wearing this bag
All
because
year
it's
round.
definitely more of a summer vibe for sure.
It's cute. I
It
think this
is.
is one of those like unique shapes. I mean, the bag itself is not unique, but the handles make it a little bit more different.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so I love this little bag. Again, I went with white again. Even though this is a leather bag. Yes, this is a leather bag, but because the price is so friendly and it's basically Bottega's nano version of like, the micro bags. Um I mean, there's just nothing to hate about this bag. It's so lovely. The quilting, um even though it's a micro size, the quilting is oversized on it, and it's all leather. Again, friendly price. And because it's so small and I'm going for a fun bag, I don't mind it if it's white. I would actually, I should probably get it in white because it's so, it's something so out of the ordinary that I would normally buy from the mainstream brands, right? So I would just go for either the fun color or the color that I'm scared of.
Mm,
And yeah, it's just another version of a micro bag. And at these prices, I can still go there. But when it's too expensive, when it's over 2,000, then I will just stick with Chanel. Why bother, right? I know Chanel's in the threes now, but if it's already in the twos plus tax, then it's too expensive. But in 1,500, 1,600, okay, I'm okay. I'm down with that. you know?
Actually, this bag in the before they came out with the mini version, they actually what do you call it? They when I tried this bag in store, when I was kind of considering the puffy version, what is it called? The cassette.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also called the cassette, right? But the
I think it
puffy
is.
version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
So
it is.
yeah, yeah, and I remember the Bottega essay was saying, "Oh, we have the flatter version." And
Mm,
my first reaction was like, "No, you want to get the cassette, you want to get the puffy version, right?" Because they had the bigger one but flat.
yeah.
And when you compare like the puffy version and the flat version, from a look and lux feel comparison, there's no comparison. The puffy version is so luxurious.
Mm,
But from a practical perspective, the flat version is actually more popular with guys and girls because it's just more. I'm going to use the word timeless because as a comparison for the both of them,
yeah.
it's a nice flat bag, easy to use. You don't lose any kind of space because of the puffiness, and that the quilts are just so nice. I mean, like the big
Yeah.
quilt. So yeah, I saw this, but not the small bigger version. It's actually really nice, so luxurious. The leather, the weaving.
You're tempted.
Oh,
Actually,
I'm
I am
tempted.
tempted. Even me looking at this little bag, just because I love a crisp white, and because I would never buy a white $5,000 or $4,000 bag from Chanel or Hermes, I would go for this. I think this is so, like, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, why don't I have this bag?
It's really nice. Like,
It's cute.
and honestly, if you think about it right now, it's more practical. Maybe not, okay, mini size, I'm not going to use the practical, but from just the flat quilts, this
Yeah.
cassette, it's so much more practical than the big puffy ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
they are
do
still
think it's
promoting
more
it.
timeless in a way because you can get tired of the puffy, almost like a puffer jacket look.
Yeah.
You can get tired of that look even when we buy puffer jackets now, because I know you don't need a puffer jacket, but like we do actually need puffer jackets here. Every season they come back, and they make it always in different textures, right? They make it in a shiny puffer, they make it in a matte puffer, they make it in like a semi shiny puffer, and then they have like the very puffy, and then the medium puffy, and the flat puffy. There's just so many to choose from. But I think when people try to go for something that's classic, that they won't get tired year after year, they'll just go with the matte and
Mm.
either kind of flat puffy or medium puffy, not too puffy, because you'll just look like a ball, right? No, but it's trendy and it's a look, but it's just something that you may get tired over the years, right?
Mm. This is cute. You know what I'm wondering? Whether that inner pocket can be removed.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like
It
it
looks
looks
like
like just a
buttons,
little
right?
card
Snap
holder that you could
buttons.
take out. It's really interesting that they would even make a little pocket for such a small bag. But you know what? If it's a card holder, it would be so nice. Like they're actually including a card holder for you, or even if it's just a slot that's non-removable, at least there's something. It's a
Mm.
slot that you normally wouldn't have in such a small little micro bag.
Nice. Good one. Good price as well. Anyone tempted in the
I'm
audience?
tempted.
You're tempted.
Okay, so I chose another piece of ready to wear, and it's funny that they call this a toweling mini dress because I guess it does have kind of that towel texture. But that's what
Mm.
really attracted me. It's the fact that it's that interwoven look, and it's crisp white. Again, it's white, and I think that it's very flattering. Obviously, it may be different depending on your body shape. Like you may just not like it, but on this model, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that it does have a bit of texture, especially with white dresses, it can show a lot of lumps and bumps, and even just like this model is probably not wearing underwear right now, or bras, but with textures, it hides whatever you don't want to show.
Mm.
So, with white dresses is really tricky. White dresses, white tops, you want to go with the ones with textures so that you could still wear it without the undergarment sometimes. Because that's how you want it sometimes. You don't want to bother with the undergarments or show lines. And yeah, I like this dress. It's really nice.
When I
Not
saw
sure
you
how.
pick this,
Mhm.
when I saw this, I was like, I had a feeling like, oh my gosh, asymmetric dresses are back.
Yes. Oh, they always have been
No, but the thing is,
around.
they weren't really like popular. Like, honestly, if I go out, I don't see a lot of girls wear asymmetric dresses. I hardly see. I would see halter necks, spaghettis, tubes. Even
Oh,
I don't even see
really?
tube dresses very
Okay.
often.
I've always
So,
loved
oh
asymmetrical
my gosh, I think asymmetric dresses or asymmetric tops are so sexy.
and flattering.
Oh.
Yeah,
And flattering, and really flattering for, I would say, I would dare to say all women, because there is
probably.
just, yeah, it's just very, very elegant. It's like a little bit of extra shoulder, but not too much. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
and
We'll see this in
I
Zara.
actually like it better than the tube versions or the strapless versions because those ones you're always wondering if it's gonna fall or but
Right?
at least with even just one side of the strap, everything is secure and it's very attractive. And I
Yep.
think that's why you think that it's attractive because it shows off the collarbone, even though it's just one side, but it does show off the most sort of attractive part of the neck. of a lady.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've always loved asymmetrical. I think that's why I love self-portrait so much, because they do a lot of asymmetrical tops and dresses. And they do a lot of details around the neckline, which really brings out the female features. And this one is more of a very plain version, but it's a very plain version in a very elegant way.
It's the texture of the material
Yes.
that makes it stand out. Because if this was just a plain white asymmetric dress, yawn.
It'd be
But
like,
it's the
meh.
pattern on it. It's nice. The texture, the material that they use, which probably is like towel.
It may be. It's probably it. But it's a nice towel. It's a nice shaped towel.
Oh my gosh. You know, I was gonna say that if this was a tube dress, it wouldn't look nice. And I
No,
think
not
with
as
tube
much.
dresses, they're really tricky because you got to get it just right. Otherwise, it squishes the extra, meat
Yes.
under the pits. It's just
Yes.
not. It's really challenging. You got to find the right bra. You got to. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Oh, done with tube dresses, but asymmetric dresses, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we'd love to hear your comments. I think I flipped over and I saw some saying that you might actually consider the mini loop. Let us know what you like. If there are any other bags that you like that we didn't show you from the both of brands, let us know as well. Okay. Now I picked some additional ones because I thought we'll have some fun and just hear the comments. Like, yeah, let's hear your comments.
I was surprised. I was like, what is this?
Okay. I can't recall if I picked another picture, but basically, this is the photo that if you go into Balenciaga's site right now, it's actually an image. So it's a little video clip that shows the shoe and it grows into this final image. And it's called the Paris sneaker. And it's limited edition, okay? Only 100 pairs in the world or something. I don't know, something like that. I can't remember the story, but this is not Photoshop. This is the actual shoe on Balenciaga's site.
It looks like it's been run over by a truck and then chewed by dogs, and then like what happened to it?
What happened? I mean, look at the holes and it's
the holes, the lines, just like.
But it's limited. Go run out. Go get it right now. Okay, go get it. Okay. Anyway, it's not the actual shoe. This is the actual shoe. So they are selling this limited edition Paris high top trainers, full destroyed.
Right. The name says it.
Yeah. Can I just say that it's been done already by Golden Goose? Just saying, okay? Just saying that Golden Goose is the first, of that I know of. Maybe there are other brands, but that I know of that has made their name of having shoes that look a little bit run down. Not fully destroyed, but run down. But you can go get your fully destroyed shoes at Balenciaga. And they look a little bit like this. You get the fully destroyed where there's all like jeans, that's ripped up. Or they may have the slightly distressed, which is on the right side.
I'm okay with the one on the right side. I'm just not sure why I would buy already all this like really distressed shoes, because shoes are so easy to distress by yourself. Because
someone to step on you
and you rub your feet, and then when you drive, it rubs the pedal, it gets dirty. Like, it's so easy to, like, you walk on mud, on rain, they get destroyed automatically already. So yeah. I don't need anyone to do that for me. You know what I mean? I understand with jeans. Yeah, I understand jeans. It's not so easy to actually destroy them unless you actually cut it and wash it again. That's harder to destroy. With shoes, it just happens on its own.
So anyway, let me come back to this and share. So if you go into the Balenciaga site, you'll see they start off with the shoe on the right side, and then they slowly age it, like AI aging to this shoe. So the story is these are shoes that is meant to wear a lifetime. Like you wear the shoes until you yourself fully destroy it because it's so good. They're just trying to emphasize that it's a little bit of a golden goose, a little bit of a Converse kind of story that fits together. Like, some people who wear Converse, they wear it forever, like they one pair of Converse for life.
Mhm.
And it does look like that at the end of the day. So the Balenciaga is trying to mesh it together. They'll give you the halfway version because halfway fully destroyed, or you can get the slightly distressed. It kind of gets you on that way, get you on the way.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, this is on the site. Go run out and get your fully destroyed version. And you don't like a high top? Don't worry, they got you for the
The
mule.
mules. It is a look. It's definitely a look, but you have to have that really, I don't even know how to describe it, like street look maybe, because I like my sneakers to look brand new, especially if it's a white pair of sneakers. I want them to look as white and so contrasting as possible. It's the easiest way to wear sneakers, like to wear white, brand new, contrasting, like sharp white sneakers. The best, best, best. So I wouldn't go with these personally, just because they're so street, like they're so sort of like rugged street. Yeah, it's too casual for me.
Agree. So this I don't know if in school, like okay, when you're a kid, you're a young kid, but when I was in school, every kid had to wear white shoes. We would buy our white shoes from places like Bata. They will have like the malls, just white shoes. And
Okay.
every week from Monday to Friday, we'll have all kinds of activities in school, right? You'll be running, you'll be doing, PE and all kinds of stuff. And by the Friday, the shoes are like dirty, they're dark, they're black. And my mom will always say, wash your shoes. And I'll sit down and I'll be washing my shoes, scrubbing it. And you get this like kind of like white liquid. It's sort of like, I don't know, kind of like paint for shoes. And I'll have to dip it and I have to whiten my shoes because that's part of the uniform. So on Monday, when you're at assembly singing the school song, your shoes are all white. And every Monday, we as students, like kids, will be playing because you're like, oh, your shoe very white, huh? And everybody will try and step on your shoes. Because they'll be like,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, but it's kids, right? We'll just have fun for it. Like, get away from me. Because on Friday, you got to wash your shoes again.
that's so mean.
But it's fun because I used to do it. I used to step on people's shoes.
Well, well, we didn't have, well, I didn't go to a school where we had to wear uniforms. So we could
Okay.
wear any shoe, any clothes that we want. So I never had that experience.
Oh, okay. So in Malaysia, because that's where I studied. So primary school, and we all had uniforms. So we had a pinafore, and our shoes were always white. And in a way, I think in primary school, we had to keep our shoes white. Otherwise, the teachers might come and say, hey, you won't get any wrong, but it's just part of that kind of discipline.
Yes.
So usually on Saturdays or Sundays, and if the shoe still looks kind of white, we won't wash because we hate washing our own shoes. But then uh, you have to wash your shoes, right? Our mom will make you wash. My mom will make me wash my shoes. We'll have to dry it and all. And when you come with white, sparkling shoes, your friends will see like, she's got white shoes.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's just fun. But yeah, but now apparently it's the distressed look, and you can get the fully destroyed version from us.
Then you don't have to wash it.
And you don't have to wash it.
You
You're
can
an
just
adult
be
now.
like, never have to wash your shoes ever again.
Okay, next. Right, this is actually really popular, and I love to hear everyone's thoughts about this. This is the woman's cajole. Cajole, yeah, I think it's cajole. XS shoulder bag. It's a I don't know. I don't know. Like I just don't know about this bag. It has the elements of the city bag with the studs and all, but it has dangly bits coming out, and the strap is just lots and lots of buckles, riveted buckles, and it has a like two mirrors this time. What do you think of
Yeah,
this?
not for me for sure. Again, it's more that it's very that street style, or like that very, I don't even want to say edgy, because you can be edgy but simple, like minimal edgy. It's very like you have to like a lot of hardware, like loud hardware,
Hmm.
like a lot of hardware almost.
Yeah, I didn't think this would be popular. I honestly didn't think so because it's just not, to me, not visually attractive. I feel like it's kind of kiddie looking, but yet wants to be edgy. Then you've got a heart shaped mirror. It's like a play of two opposites. But for the young, like the millennials, or I should use the word millennials. Okay, for the younger crowd, the 20s, right? They actually really like this. This is actually really popular. I I don't
Interesting.
Interesting. I don't know what is attractive about this. It's not ugly, for sure it's not, but I just don't know what's attractive about it. Is it the shape? Is it like you said, a lot of hardware? Is it the mirror?
That's a good question. I'm sure our parents wondered that about us too. Because you know we grew up liking things that are cool at the time, like when we were younger, and our parents would be looking at it, be like, what is this? It's like, why do you have holes in your jeans? Or why would you pay money for having your jeans cut off, like crop for sure, for example, or not finished because it's frayed, or I don't know, I'm
Tuck
sure.
in your shirt. It's messy looking, but like it's cool.
Yeah. Or
Good point.
why do you want printed logo? Like, just get yourself a white crisp shirt. Like, why make it all? I don't know. I'm sure they think of that about us too. Because
True, true.
yeah,
So
and
I
or like sneakers. Back then, I think when I was in high school, I was this the pair of sneakers that I love the most that I got. Finally managed to get my mom to buy me, and I felt so guilty. It was the Nike Air. What are they called now? But it's the
high top.
Nike Air one, the one with the air. You can actually see like the on the side. It has
Oh,
the those. I don't know. It's like um. Anyway, you can see on the side, right? On the side, on the bottom,
mm,
you can see the air part, right? And they are also very colorful, and they were very expensive. I think shoes back then were more expensive than now, because I feel like shoes have gotten way more affordable in a sense. There's way more, like they keep
mm,
coming up with more and more shoes, so people collect them, and that's how you end up spending more money, because you buy over and over and over. Whereas before, we buy one pair of shoes and we wear it to death.
yes.
So yeah, so that is the difference now, I guess. It's kind of the very consumerism. But going back to that pair of shoe, they were very colorful, and they were the first Nike Air, and they were very expensive. I think it was like $150, but $150 back then
It's a
is a
lot.
lot of money right now, right? So yes, I felt guilty, but I love those shoes so much. And I'm sure my mom wondered, why? Why do you want me to buy $150 shoe when I can get you a $20 pair and it's just fine, you know? I'm sure they wondered that. I'm sure.
Yeah, so here I am wondering what's attractive about this
Yeah.
bag. I
So
I just don't see it.
I think it's the generation gap. Like we're at
Oh,
that age where we're
oh
like,
my god,
yeah,
we
we
have
just don't get
passed
it
that.
anymore.
We don't get it anymore.
It's
Oh,
that
that's funny.
gap where you're like, that's what people like now? Like, what? What is
I
this?
know. Oh my gosh. I feel old. Okay, final one. So again, Balenciaga.
Interesting.
This is called the sneakerhead small handbag, and the glow in the dark version is one of it. So it glows in the dark. I get a glow in the dark kind of kick, like, oh, my bag glows in the dark. Fine, fine. But it's out of stock, and I don't
I don't
know.
get this. I don't get this. Okay. I like the version before.
Yeah, this is like the mutated
Yeah.
version of the hourglass original. It's like Beauty and the Beast, like, whoa, what happened to you?
Wow. I get that brands are trying to innovate and they're trying to cater to. I guess they do have to cater to the newest generation, right? Because they are going to be the one spending the money from now on. Like they're going to be spending for the next 20 years, right?
Right,
Spending a lot of
correct.
money. But yeah, I still don't get it though. I just don't get it.
Yeah, totally do not get this bag. This is the bag that if I were to buy in 10 years, I'd be like, oh my God, this is sitting in my cupboard. Because this is, if you say bags are trendy, this
I don't
is
know
like
if trendy is
this
the
is
word
like,
I would use.
wow. Kind
I
of
still
like
don't know if
Darth
trendy is
Vader gone wrong.
yeah. It's no, not mutilated, but it's sort of it's like genetically modified or something, something weird with
Oh my gosh. It's got it. Obviously the inspiration is sneakers, right? Yeah, with the whole Balenciaga doing the triple S's. I think the triple S's right now, people are still wearing it. Like people are still in that larger sneaker head. You can either wear the really OG version, the crazy version, and I think if you wear that today, which I still see people wearing it, you don't get like it's still okay. The trend is still running. But this, I feel, will run its course really fast.
Mhm. I agree. I actually do like the triple S's. They're just kind of the dad version of a sneaker, right? Kind of the cooler version of your dad's sneakers. This I just don't understand though. I mean, I think they're trying to be cool for sure. And if it does cater to that younger crowd, if it's really the younger crowd that buys this, then there must be a reason that there must be there like I'm not sure like I'm just thinking out loud right now, right? I'm trying to maybe think of reasons why this would attract them. Is it because they just want originality, but so original that it's kind of out of this world original? Is that what they're after? Okay, if any of you are really young, let me know.
Yeah.
What is it
And
about
also,
this that you like? Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. It's like you want to be so original that for people who are like, I don't want to be mainstream, I don't even be semi mainstream, this is something I go for. So that'll be the one kind of group that would go for this bag. Another group I think would be exactly the name of the bag. You're a sneakerhead. You live,
Okay.
eat, breathe sneakers. You have like a entire room of sneakers, and this is just like the I've got a bag that's a sneaker. So that would be probably another group that would be really attracted to this because it's a sneaker in the bag form.
It's interesting. I'm gonna ask my husband later if he likes this bag. Even though
Oh
he doesn't
yeah,
carry bags, right? But
your
I'm gonna ask
husband's
him
a
because he's a
sneakerhead.
sneakerhead. I'm gonna ask him. So, do you see anything in this bag that is worth getting? Like, and why would it be sold out? Like, or do you know anybody who's into this? 'Cause, yeah, I get it. Sneakerheads, they like sneakers, and they like even a little trim that is different is a different sneaker. Just like how we like our bags. and they're all different. They're all for different occasions, and that's just how it is, right? They are different, even though they do look a lot similar sometimes. But this, I just have to find out.
I'm curious.
I,
Yeah. So this, and, if the price is expensive, it's not like
yeah.
it's not slightly cheaper, or I don't know. Anyway, prices of bags are just expensive, so let's not talk about that. But still, it's just a look that I just cannot didn't get
It's
didn't get.
very original for sure. Like I don't know if you'll run into anybody wearing something like this that often.
Wow, no, I never seen this in real life. So anyway, we hope you like that. We hope you found that to be fun. Saw some of the packs that we picked. So let's get into our Q&A. Remember to put a bunch of question marks if you have any questions for us. So let me just come out of this.
So I'm at the bottom. I don't know if you want to go to the top.
I'll go to the top.
Okay, and I just want to show this this comment is funny. Corinne, imagine being in a cinema and you got this bag glowing in the dark. Everyone's gonna be staring at it. No, no thanks.
Like, can you turn off the light, please? Annoying.
Yeah, can you turn it off so you don't distract me while I watch the movie peacefully?
Oh, okay. I'm
Funny.
pulling out one from the here. PF Kwan, I'm currently looking at the Hourglass too. Would you prefer XS or S? The S handle seems obvious in its height. The XS is cute, but it can only put the basic stuff. Oh, actually, I don't know. I think the thing is, I'm not familiar with it is XS or S. Like the one that I saw on and I picked out, that's the size that I am attracted to. And then I don't know if that's S or XS.
I don't know either, but I do understand, like, because the proportions, once you go up a size, it'll be so much taller, right? I feel like, because XS must be the really small one, right? I feel
Mm,
like both are probably still reasonable because, like you said, you don't want to not be able to easily fit your, not just essential, but sometimes even just the fact that your sanitizer is a little taller and you have to,
mm,
it's just annoying. Um, unless that's just one of your bags where you're okay with that kind of downsizing, because I do own many bags where I have to downsize and I want it that way in a sense. I don't really want the larger version. I kind of just like it because it's so small and dinky that you have no choice but to downsize or just don't bring it. So yeah, is it more of a practical bag for you that you want to get but you like that shape,
mm.
or are you just going for the shape because you like the shape, right?
Good
You
point.
really have to try it out. It's best to just try it out with your things. Usually you find out within the same, just like putting things inside, you're like, oh, okay, no, this deal breaker, and you can make your
Yeah.
decision that way. It's
I
very
think
hard
that
based on a picture.
true.
Yeah.
I think if I were to get the bag, I would want I'm going for the shape. I think I'm going for the shape and some level of essential items. So I don't actually expect it to fit a lot because I don't know. I think if it's too big, or no, maybe not too big, like small, if it's like slightly larger, just because I could put a few more things, would it still look good? Because my initial thought of going for the bag would be that I want it to look good. I like that shape, and it kind of dinky or whatever. So I think that would be my choice. And then if I had to downsize so that I can stay with that shape, then I'll do that. So it depends on what you're going for. Exactly what you said. Thank you.
I'm still at the bottom, and this is more a question for everyone because I definitely don't have feedback for this. Does anyone have experience with the white Bottega leather? Because she's looking to purchase the mini loop, white or
Mm.
black, to travel and to use for every occasion. Okay, well, I think just because you said to use for every occasion, I would refrain from the white unless
Mm.
you don't mind that it's
Yep.
just going to be your tattered white bag over time.
Yep.
Yeah. Or just go with some color, not white. Like even red is better than, you know what I mean? Like at least it has some color that it wouldn't look so easily like dirty, I feel. But I don't know. If you guys have any experience with Bottega white leather, I just feel like it doesn't matter if it's Bottega or any other brand, because it's white, just the color itself, you can't avoid it unless you're always wearing white yourself. If
Yeah.
that's the case, if you're always wearing white or like a very light color clothing, then maybe it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. White is so beautiful and so, you know, attractive, and goes with a lot of things because it's neutral, right? It's a neutral color, but from day to day use, it's really not practical. Whether you are all white, your surroundings are not white, because you could put it on a table, you could go to the washroom, you need to bump it to something. So it's one of those colors that looks good in store and maybe on pictures, but in reality, it's challenging to care for it as day one.
Yeah. I think I was only okay with that little dinky one just because it's so dinky, but I wouldn't go bigger than that.
Mm,
And especially because you mentioned you want to use it for every
for
occasion.
travel.
It's like, you know, going to the groceries, going to the park, going, I don't
Yeah.
know, going shopping. It's a lot of occasions where accidents can happen.
Yeah.
But there's a few feedback. The color almond would be a good substitute. So
Mm,
just a little, you know, not just completely white, but a little shade of beige. Um, More feedback. It's the best leather next to Hermes, but would avoid light colors.
I think
And
from
also, she went with the color porridge instead of
oh,
white. Yeah, just a
yeah, I think
little,
sorry,
yeah,
you go on, go on.
just a little tone, not just
Mm,
pure white.
yeah, just a little. And also, maybe we're also saying from a perspective that we want to keep it pristine. But maybe for you, you're like, nah, I really want to get a white bag. I don't care if it turns black or gray over time, but at least you have that period, you're enjoying it, then go for it, because it's just a bag anyway. But if you want to keep it pristine and you're hoping that it will stay pristine, it's easy to care for, honestly, no.
Yeah. This is speaking from experience too. Like I have I think my lightest bag right now, it's still my gray color cocoa handle, but it's still gray, right? It's very white already, but it still has that gray tone overall. And because it's pebbled too, so you don't really feel like it's that easy to color transfer, but it's not a bag that I wear very often. It's
Yeah.
definitely not an every occasion bag. Far from it. I hardly wear it, right? So that's how I keep it clean, because I hardly wear it. It's very occasional. And so unless you're okay with a tattered white bag, seriously, go with some color. Like all these suggestions: almond, porridge. Bottega lambskin is more durable than Chanel in terms of scratch resistance, buffability, and color transfer. Is that a question or is that a?
Is Bottega.
Oh, okay.
Um, is Bottega lambskin more durable? I think it is, if it is the same Chanel lambskin, because the new Chanel lambskin, based on what everyone is saying, seems a bit more resistant. People have been saying that it feels a little bit more like calf skin. Maybe the coating is better compared to previously. So if that's true, then Chanel could be better. But if not, actually Bottega's lambskin is quite durable.
So I don't know for sure, but I do know that Chanel bags their lambskin is just all over the place because it's seasonal.
Mm.
It's seasonal dependent, and if you're talking about the most classic of lambskin, even every single season is different. Some seasons they're just a bit thinner
Mhm.
feeling, and you just feel like it would scratch easier. And some seasons they are just tougher. You just feel like you can
It feels
not
like calf skin.
baby
Yeah.
it. And if you look at the lambskin on certain bags, such as the 19, that's a totally different lambskin. That is a treated lambskin that almost has a slight coating to it. It's still very soft and luxurious, but it's not the same kind of baby soft, almost like porous soft. But
Mm.
that lambskin is very durable. It's very hard to compare, but according to Sulin, they are comparable. So lambskin is still lambskin, right? At the end of
Yeah.
the day, and if it's white, it's always going to be a risk. White in any leather is always a risk, even if it's calf skin or goat
True.
skin. It's just always going to be a risk.
I think especially if you're considering getting a lambskin bag that needs to be crossbody all the time, because one thing is friction, and even though it may not scratch, but because lambskin, that friction can actually rub off that layer, the top layer of the leather, and then it's, I don't know what's the word, like rubbed off, I guess. Rubbed
Yeah.
off. It's not scratched, it's just rubbed off. And compared to calf skin, that tends to happen more with lambskin. So the scratches portion can melt into the bag over time, but not the abrasion, because that seems to be a common, I guess, a common issue with lambskin.
I'm going to put this comment because you folks in Singapore, price increase, Bottega,
I
May
have a
30th.
story too on
Another
this.
price increase.
Let me tell you, okay? On the 1st of June, Cartier Singapore is having a price
Oh,
increase.
is that
Yeah,
right?
my
I
FA
guess,
texted
yeah, we
me.
haven't had ours yet either. I just checked
FOMO.
earlier today.
I might pop by tomorrow just to, just because. I don't think I'll buy anything, but I mean, I'm not prepared to buy anything, but yeah, so they're having a price increase. It's not significant apparently, but it's across the board for Cartier. Are we annoyed? So Bottega's having a price increase, huh? Should we all go run out and buy the mini loop?
Actually, the mini loop is it's such a good one to get. I was very tempted. I was tempted by either that or just that little micro bag that I showed, the cassette micro bag. It's so cute.
It's so cute. Hi.
Too many things we want.
I know. Oh my gosh. I would love to hear Joe. I think Joe just left, but Joe, if you have any comments about the mini loop, we seem to get quite a lot of interest on the mini loop. How is the bag working for you? How's the leather? What do you use it for? Do you have a bag organizer inside? Let us know. I can see one comment that
Oh my
says
goodness.
she has the low key.
She has it
It's a
in
low key bag.
gray. Nice. Very
I use
nice.
the gray.
I have to show this comment. Oh my gosh. Apparently, according to her essay, it's going up from 1250 US to 1600 on Monday.
Telling you, the mini loop is a good purchase right now. That it's just probably they started off with 1,000, thinking to ease the people in, but it's one of those bags that's gonna jump really quickly. Cause 1,000, hello.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So Clara owns a very old Bottega bag, 15 years, and the leather is still really, really nice, baby soft. She didn't baby it, and it's a huge bag. No obvious scratches. Everyone's gonna go buy Bottega today.
Even I'm thinking maybe I should just get the mini Jody. Just get it. Just get it. No, just kidding. Because on the 30th, it's not gonna be even 3.1. It's gonna be 3.5.
5? Oh gosh.
It's getting a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with Vivi. Sick of price increases. I think we're all sick of it. You just sort of become numb to it in a sense. I'm numb. Like I don't even want to complain because it's pointless. You're just always gonna be complaining. But I am sick of it and I am numb of it. I'm like it's like
We are
tired.
so numb that we didn't even know the prices went up. Like, oh, it's 3? What? It's 5? Oh, okay. Moving along.
Especially because no one's salary or like no one's salary is even going that fast. And also we have to know that it's not just luxury going up so fast. Luxury is going up at a pace that is just incredibly unreasonably fast because they're going up by 10, 20, 30% at a time and several times a year. But also everything around us like food, gas,
Oh, yeah.
what else? Public transportation, everything is going up as well.
My
Except our
electricity bill
salary
is
is not going up
crazy
that
last
fast.
month. I saw my electricity bill. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't used more electricity, but it's gone up like 30%. I was like, wait, I did use the aircon a little bit more, but it's not so much that my electricity bill went up so much. I'm the only person, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
what?
inflation has
And then
been really crazy lately.
crazy. And
Yeah.
I went up, I went to going to the office now, and I usually buy breakfast. I'll buy a cup of coffee and I'll buy breakfast like a puff or something. And usually I'll spend like maybe like $3-4. For some reason that day I bought the exact same thing. I was spending like almost $6. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wasn't it? And I remember taking out my coins for the auntie, auntie, kopi si, siu dai. I took it out. And she's like, 170. Like, huh? Huh? And I remember paying 140 or something with all the parts. There was 150 and she was saying 170. It's not a lot of money, but it's just you just get this little bit of everything is just not the right price anymore.
Yeah. And it adds up really fast. And the thing
It
is,
adds up really quickly.
it's not the small business's fault because their prices are going up, so they have to raise their price. But it's just as a consumer, you're always feeling like, oh my gosh, like we can't save anymore. It's hard to save anymore. The gases here in BC is just so, I mean, in Vancouver, it was a $2.22. It was just under $2 like a month ago. It went up by 10%, like just like that. And it's still going up because of, well, whatever is happening now in the world, like so too many things happening, but also groceries, like takeouts used
Oh,
to
takeouts
cost, I
are really
remember we
crazy
would
now.
get curry beef with rice and it would cost just about $10, under 10 actually. Now it's double. Yeah, it's like $19.
Wow, that's crazy.
Everyone has to increase their price and because the cost of the raw material is so expensive now. Everyone has, and the rent and the like you said, electricity. And also now they charge for packaging. They charge for the bag, the box, but like you charge for the packaging too. So like everything adds up. And especially with the packaging, there's no kind of like it's like anybody can charge whatever they want. So some people charge 15 cents, but some people will charge 75 cents. It's just a lot. It's been a lot lately. This just
Yeah.
since the
So
pandemic.
Katya, go and do your price increases, okay? I can't deal with you right now. We'll come back when things are more like settled, but okay. Crazy. Everything is just really just gone up. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pull this for the
everything.
sneaker comments. So funny. Gao. Looks like it's
Shoot over,
shoot
run
and
over.
run
Yeah, it does.
over. Clara, I need a sneaker expert to explain this, please.
I need to show that to my husband and ask him if
Yeah,
he
you
knows
have
about it.
to. That's a luxury beggar's look. Joe is so funny. Oh my god, only I am allowed to age, okay? My stuff is not allowed to age with me.
But I guess the good side, like the bright side of that age sneaker is that you wouldn't get robbed, I think. Nobody would want to rob that one from you. I don't think. It's so specific unless that person knows exactly what shoe
Like,
they
oh,
are
you got
and
the
they
fully
want them.
destroyed shoes. I need those
Like,
fully
I want your
destroyed
shoes.
shoes.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
My generation, well, I'm like, I don't know. I'm in my 40s now. I don't get it. Like my generation, I don't think my generation would get it. But
Yeah,
if you're
it's
younger,
funny.
much younger, then let me know why you're into it. Like, I don't get it.
Okay, so the golden goose. Like I have a pair of golden goose. I got it from that Farfetch, and I remember I was unboxing it. It arrived, and I had a couple of friends in my house, and I was so excited. I said, okay, come help me film, right? Because I want to show it. And they were like, oh, what shoe? What did you get? You know, so they were excited with me. So they're helping me film. And I was like, oh my God, you're not professional filmers. But anyway, started to take it out. And they're like, ooh, golden goose, you know, two guys, two middle-aged men my age. And I opened it and the I have to laugh, okay? Because one of them were like, wait, laughing. Because one of them was say, did they give you the display?
Someone worn it.
did, did they send you the display piece? And I was like, no, the golden goose. Like, they look a little worn. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I had such a good laugh because this is the look. This is the look. Like, you know, it's slightly worn. And both of my friends were just like, I can help you step on your shoe. And they were like my friend was genuinely like he looked at me,
Right.
he's like, did they give you the display piece? Like,
Yeah.
so serious. I was bawling with tears. My gosh, it was so funny. Even now I'm still laughing about it. Yeah.
You know, with the Golden Goose, I was aware of that brand. Am I ever gonna buy it myself? No, but I was aware of that brand, and I think because they solely do that, that's what they do. I'm okay with it. It's just when other brands start to do it, and it's okay if they do it, but it's it's to the other extreme where it's so worn out. I mean, I know that that one picture that you showed at the beginning was just a whatever that maybe their featured picture, but still, I'm just sort of like,
It's
yeah,
just
still
that they
not my
want to
jam, but I still
illustrate to
wouldn't
you
buy
like
it.
it could look like that. It's like you buy this one pair of the fully destroyed, you would wear it until it looks like it's been chewed up and ran over.
Yeah, yeah.
I get the, you know, the visual telling you it, yeah, you, but nah.
So I'm still at the bottom. If you're on top, I have one question from Vivi here. How does Bottega do in pre-love
Oh,
markets? I don't know for sure. I always say that it's always a good idea to at least go to like Fashion File, even though they're like not the only pre-love market, pre-love consignment store out there, but they're just such a big one that I would always go there to just look at what their prices look like in general. And if it's like a lot higher, like a lot higher, then you know that the resale value, the that it keeps its resale value quite well. But if it's just around the same as the retail, if not lower, then you know that it's not keeping its value so well. So I don't know for sure because I haven't looked. But I want to say in general, unless it's a new style that is very hot and everyone wants it, um, other brands just tend to just be kind of on par with, like if it's in really good condition and everything comes with everything, then usually it's sort of just on par with the retail price, if not just slightly lower, just so that they sell right. I wouldn't say that Bottega probably wouldn't be like the most, you know what I mean, like the most retaining its value. I feel, but that's just me. You would have to look kind of just look at the consignment
Yeah,
around you and see how it looks like.
they don't sell very well. So for sure, like maybe the resale market over, I mean, in the Western countries, they're a little better, maybe because people are, they still manage to keep it around the cost, maybe a little lower. But here in Singapore, or in Malaysia, we're quite vicious with the resale side, and you could easily lose half the price.
Actually, I'm seeing a few response to your question, and Clara says resale value is pretty bad. I think that's what she meant. Reseller won't even take my
Mm-hmm.
bag, and the value is nominal on this TL. So yeah, it just goes to show they're beautiful bags, beautiful and soft and well made, but don't buy it because you want resale value. If you want to buy resale value, buy LV as your
Yeah.
basic one, Chanel and Hermes. And even then, you have to choose right. You have to choose the
Mm-hmm.
styles correctly because you have to choose the ones that are popular right now or that will remain popular.
Yeah.
And that's not always the bags that you want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why if you were to buy, say, so I'm just kind of going from memory of all the bags that we should say if you were to buy today's price before the 30th of May, you buy the Arco bag, which is $5,000. You buy it for life. You buy it like the Paris sneaker. You buy it until it's run over, chewed on kind of bag, because the moment you buy that bag at $5,000, the value drops by half. It's even if it's brand new, it's just not. It's people just don't. Probably it's inflated already. So with brands like Bottega, even I mean any brands other than the ones that Amy mentioned, they just don't retain the value even for brand new pieces. Very hard to get the price that you paid for. You expect to lose almost immediately 20-30% brand new. And I don't know if that's this kind of pricing strategy in the States, but if you want to get back the cost of what you paid for it, you're talking a few years down the line where the
Yeah.
current retail of brand new pieces are so much more. But then in a sense, you are still losing money because that's not an investment. But yeah, but you do get your cost of 3 years ago lah,
Yeah.
or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
So it's hard because you almost have to be so savvy. You almost have to kind of look at it as if you are, like a financial brokers. You kind of look at the stock and you're aware. You kind of have that knowledge because you're always looking. You kind of have to be a little bit like that with bags if you want to keep its resale value. But it's very hard because even if you make your best educated guess, you could still be wrong. And so it's always best to not buy based on that.
yeah.
Buy it because you love it, but also if you want to be kind of still be on the safe side, then always buy the 3 brands that people love and will always resell better generally. And when I say that, sometimes there are exceptions. I'm talking about the unicorn colors.
Mm-hmm.
The unicorn pearl bag. That one time they did a pearl bag everybody still wants and is selling for 20,000 apparently. Or the heart bag. The heart bag is sort of doing pretty well in the resale market, at least right now. Who knows, in a few years it can go up, it can go down. We just don't know, right? So you kind of just have to buy because you love the bag first. That has to be your number one priority, not because you want to keep its value. That's just going
Yeah.
it the wrong way, right?
Very tricky. Just buy. I mean, like with Bottega, just have to pick the bag that you feel, especially when it's higher price point, that you can keep forever. And probably that will have to be the case. And that you are okay to lose the money in a way. Loser, I'm using the word lose. This is like, if you have to sell it in the future and you're fine with it, then you can just enjoy the bag. Or you could buy smart and buy the cheapest. You have to like the bag. Okay, just the baseline, you have to like the bag. Like the mini loop, that's buying smart because it's not a lot. And if you like the design, you can find that you're going to use it a ton. then even if you lose amount on that, it's not a lot compared to five, or it's because it's still in the reasonable price range, and that bag is gonna go higher and higher and higher. So those are just like, with other brands, yeah, you have to buy smart with Chanel, but Chanel still holds their brand name very strongly. There's pretty sure someone out there will buy a Chanel bag from you, right? And probably at a premium. But with the other brands, very, very tricky. Very tricky. But yeah, no need to be so strategic, Sometimes you just gotta love the bag and just get it.
Yeah. And I think especially now, I'm so afraid of selling because you keep seeing price go up. Sometimes you don't even know they go up. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of selling because I will never be able to buy it back at the
Yeah.
price that I got it at. I would rather just be hoarding at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's to a point where
True.
I
Seriously,
feel
true.
you really feel the difference this year. I think maybe 2 years ago it's still okay. It doesn't feel as, I mean, 2 years ago they started doing these 30% price increases. We're shocked. But now it's just, not only did they do all these 30% price increases, but it's also gone to a point where there's always these silent increases sometimes too. And everything else around you is also inflating. You almost feel like, okay, these are my bags that I own now. I'm glad I have them, but if I ever let them go, I'm pretty sure I won't ever want to buy them again because I just don't have, I just can't keep doing that, keep spending like that, and also need to spend more to get the same thing. It's just very tricky, and it's a bad way of going around about it to buy just so that you know that one day you can sell it. It's good, but it's bad too because it's really the bad mentality of thinking of selling all the time because
Mm-hmm.
it's so much stress. And I know back piece is like sort of that uh, notion that is impossible to reach. I know, but still, it's at least getting close to it, or at least be grateful about what we already have and stop always moving it around sometimes is also a good thing, especially now. I feel, especially now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, and I will still probably let things go, but I just won't let go of things that often anymore. I feel it's to a point where I really just, every single season you look at the new things, you're attracted to them, you want to get them, but you're looking at the price tag too and you're like, oh my god, I used to spend this on a classic flap, right? Now you can't. Like you're buying a Chanel 22 bag for the price of a classic flap back then. You can't.
It's
You just
crazy.
can't do that anymore. You can't even buy a classic flap for 2-3 times the price of a actually 2 times the
It's
price
double
of
now.
a 22. Yeah, it's like yeah, everything is just so
Stressed. Okay, I'm gonna pull this. We're almost at the end. Let me pull this last oh, hang on. Where's the comment? Okay, from Clara. I can't wait until Apple makes a
mm,
foldable phone. Oh my gosh. They will bring the house down, okay? People will say, "Oh my gosh, it's been done. Boring." I'm telling you, when that happens, I will be the first in line. Like, I need it. I need a damn foldable phone.
I think
It has
even
to be
guys
Apple.
want it. Even guys are getting tired of even the large phones because they're
I
so
know.
heavy. On top of being large, they're really heavy now because the batteries are getting bigger and bigger so that they last longer and longer. But because the battery is bigger, oh my gosh, they are so heavy. They are a brick. It's like holding it, especially because nowadays people use their phones for everything, right? They watch YouTube all day long on it. Forget the computer. They're using it, they're doing it on their phones. And so you're always holding it. Even guys get tired. And I know because my husband is complaining about his phone being too heavy. But the thing is, he wanted the big screen, and I totally get it. I want the big screen too, but we need foldable screens now. Big screens that can fold into a smaller phone, so you can still transport it everywhere, fit it in your small bags. Okay,
Yeah.
Sakura asked this question twice, so I'm gonna put it on. Which leather ages well? calfskin, lambskin, goatskin.
Ooh.
I feel like calfskin usually fares very well, but even within all these leathers, they all have different textures. Because even with calfskin or lambskin, you can have pebbled calfskin because they just either stamp it or maybe it's a natural grain. So with lambskin, sometimes Chanel they even do a caviar lambskin, but it's stamped, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
man-made stamping, and that way it's already more durable that way because there is a pebble to it. So usually I would say if it has a texture, then it's usually more durable. When it's smooth, like we're talking about box calfskin, it's durable, I'm sure, but it will patina. Like, is that what you mean by durable? Because if you're not crazy about scratches and the patinaing process, then maybe that's not considered durable for you. So
Mm. I
yeah.
don't know. I heard goat skin is actually really durable.
Yeah, goat skin is supposed to be thicker and it has a texture. Usually it fares very well too, but it's not so as common as calf skin, right? Calf skin is the most common, and lambskin is common because I think lambskin is known for how luxe, and
Mm.
also it's a material that costs more to produce because I think it's harder, or is maybe there's less, like the animal is smaller. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like it is.
Yeah, but okay, so let's not even talk about handbags, but those things that they make for boots and
Mm,
um cowboy stuff. I think that's
calfskin.
calf skin. Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably that is the one that people will go for, the real tried and tested type of leather that
Yeah.
lasts, then would be calf skin. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm actually at the bottom. I don't see any more comments.
It's
Question.
also highly dependent on the texture, basically. But yeah, in general, calfskin for sure.
Oh, Kareem's picked up something. I'm pulling this one. Glad I picked up the Panther de Cartier watch last week. Congratulations.
I'm so tempted. I know Cartier is having a price increase soon because everyone's saying that. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind having a stack for this arm, but I'm like, does it really add to it too? Not so much. Not for me anyway. It doesn't add as much value to me, even though I would love one. But too many things on my wish list that I would either want to save for or just, sort of
Hmm.
not be, like I mentioned earlier, it feels like it's so hard to save. I'm not even saving. I'm actually just trying not to overspend. I
Yeah.
can't I can't save anything nowadays. It's hard. Can't save anything.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna check it out anyway. Like but I do know that the Singapore price increase is not a lot. So
Mm,
don't need to jump out of your beds and run out if you're in Singapore. My essay told me it's like 2 to 3%. It's not
okay.
as significant. But if you're already looking to get something, say for Christmas, you might as well just go get it now. Like save that two to
Right.
three percent because now 2 to 3% is like even so hard.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But if you're
If you're
not,
already planning to buy it and
yeah, if
you're
you're
just
already
waiting
planning to
for
buy
that,
it
or
in a
like
couple of months, you might as
let's
well
say your
do it now.
birthday, well, buy it now for your birthday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But other than that, I don't think you should be buying something that you're not planning to buy because
Yeah,
at 2 to 3%,
agree.
no lah.
Totally.
Oh, EJ. Okay, so kangaroo. Then so kangaroo is the toughest. Goat skin, cow skin, lamb skin. Okay, yeah, I remember goat skin being a little bit more like durable than calf. But yeah, lamb skin is the most delicate, durable but delicate. Still leather.
I totally
Uh,
see goat skin being more durable, but it's not so off. It's not so common. It's
mm,
it's not as common.
not as common. Oh, you mean not as common to find? Yeah, it's true. Even
Yeah, it's not as common to find.
when they made the Chanel 19 in goat skin, everybody's like, "Oh, goat skin." It's quite rare because usually it's either lamb or calf. Okay, so we are at the okay, we'll answer one more from Chris. Okay. How many bangles that you considered enough in one arm? It's never enough. Well, now I'm only wearing two. I think two is a nice number. Two, three, maybe three. I think would be okay if you can style the whole three. Yeah, I think three is okay. I think nothing more than three lah. Unless the other bangle is like loose, maybe okay. I feel like I won't go more than three. What about you?
Well, I started with none, and then I have one for the past year, and I love it. I feel like for me, even the difference is huge from going from none to one, because I always feel like I have something to look at now. So even one, I'm happy about it. I was just thinking that, oh, price increase, blah blah blah, then I could add a second one just because having FOMO, but I don't feel the urge. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm not happy with my one bracelet. I am happy about it. So I don't have that urge to get it like now. Um Maybe the next big milestone, I might feel like, oh, I'll just use that as an excuse to get something, or maybe I'm just bored of the one look. Honestly, one is really nice. It's very sort of that there's something there to look at. It's still minimal, but it's still nice. And
Mm,
because there's only one, you really appreciate it because you appreciate everything about this one. Sometimes I feel like when no, I'm not a big stacker, but I
mm.
like the idea. I do like the idea. I like having. I think I agree with you. I like having two. Two is always nice to look at for sure.
Yeah, it's a little different. You can feel
Yeah.
something different, like something. I won't say knocking, but there's like a little bit of something on your hand. So two is a good. I think no more than three. And then even Clara says, yeah, maximum three. Generally one to two. Eileen is saying, never enough.
Never enough.
Yeah,
But I have to
yeah.
say that
Sometimes I just stack it all out. Like, yeah, let's go all the way.
well, of course, the more the merrier. But I mean, if I think the optimal, without feeling like you're missing out,
Mm.
one to two is a good. I feel like one to two is always good. Like when I only had one necklace, this one necklace, it
It's
felt
like
a
a
bit
little bit.
bare. But now that I
Yeah,
have two, I'm really like I just love the stack so much more.
it's like
And so I
earrings.
do agree with the one to two is that optimal. You don't feel like you're missing anything. I feel content about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
I
arms
like
are so
earrings.
subjective. Like they do things with their hands differently. Like they do different things. I know you do a lot of sports, but you're used
Mhm.
to it. Um, for me, I don't know about the scratch situation yet because one is not, and it's not something that I have to think about scratching the other bracelet. So I'm kind of happy about that, and I like that about that. I'm sure
Nice.
two will be lovely too. I'm just not so urgent to go get it right away.
Mm.
Eventually.
All right, one more point, and then we'll call it a day. That chick next door, okay, 0970. You should all talk about low key brands like Moana, Delvaux, Lextra, Forello Posh, and Totes. So we have
We
spoken
did.
about Mona. We have spoken about Delvaux. I think Delvaux was last week, was it? Or a week
No,
ago?
it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so we did that
Yeah.
already. We haven't done Valextra, Foray La Poche. I think we can do Foray La Poche. They do have
Mm-hmm.
quite a large range of things. Valextra, they don't really have a lot, but maybe in the future. But yeah, we could do Foray La Poche. Yeah, we've been doing different brands because we are very H Chanel and LV heavy, but It's not that we don't look at other brands, but we go with what everybody wants to watch and hear about.
Yeah, in case you don't know, both the Moana and Delvaux episodes are on my channel.
Yeah.
So if you just go back to like even go to the playlist that Kat created, both our playlists should be the same. We try to update it as long as we
Synchronize.
remember. We try to update it. So if you go through the playlist, you'll find it. It was just a few weeks ago, the Delvaux, and then I also linked the Moana episode in the Delvaux episode.
Yep. Okay, then. So tomorrow we have our members live. Original topic was the
Something else.
But well, we have to swap. And we're gonna do the Fendi Van
Yeah,
Dyke.
I think we can do that, or unless if the members, because I know we have a few members right here, unless you guys want us to do the Chanel, because we were also thinking about Chanel, because Chanel's cruise collection is the runway is out now, so we could also maybe look at that, or one or the other.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll be
Quick
looking at new
vote.
collections, new eye candy.
Yeah, that was the F 2023. 2023? Is it?
What, the
Spring
cruise?
Summer.
Yeah, cruise
Yeah,
2023. Yeah.
Which came out maybe about a week ago.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on the app. Yeah, so we could do that, or we could do yesterday. Sorry, not even yesterday. Today, the launch of Fendi's.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just take a look. Just let us know, a couple of comments in the comment section, and then we will do that tomorrow. And we will move the original plan to another time. Oh my
We'll
gosh.
see you tomorrow then.
Yeah,
Have
if
a
you're
great
watching this
evening,
later, let
guys.
us know. We'll read it afterwards. But yeah, join us tomorrow. It will be on Amy's channel. 1:30 Singapore and
10:30 Pacific
10:30.
time.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.